We're about to see some world-class action again, once again, from our BMW M Performance Racing Series. And it's great to see that we've still got quite a nice uptake on our live stream. I'm glad you guys have stuck around and appreciate all the support.
And we've got all 18 cars actually. Everyone that started and entered, they're all racing again in the second race. Unfortunately, in ABC, that incident, so we lost a number of cars there.
So stand by as we are about to go racing. Theuns Nel, Nicholas Herbst on the front row. Watch out for Neil Reynolds and Theuns Nel trying to push through early on. Lights are out. BMW drops the hammer and looks for the whole shot as we go into a big turnaround here. Not only on the racetrack but on the camera as well. And into turn one, it looks like it might be Boma who's hung on. Has he come out of turn one in the front? As they come onto the back straight away. No, it's Theuns. Wow. Arrow your machine out front and getting away. Look at that.
That's turbo power for you.
Take that, bud. So down into turn number 3 they come now. Hard braking. Herbst hanging onto that inside line and just keeps out Reynolds for now. And a bit more pressure coming just from the background there. Keep an eye out on, of course, the battle for Class E. In the background, we saw that one out by Ari in the first one. Can he do it again now in the second one from the inverted grid?
Claudio won.
Claudio, yeah, Claudio. Got to get that right.
My fellow Porter.
You see this? You're bringing them all, hey? I mentioned it earlier. It's like a whole family affair.
Yeah, that's the way we like to roll, eh?
That's right. That's why you never had a world boxing champion, because you can't bring all your mates into the ring.
I thought those are the heads.
Oh, yeah, it was them. Sorry, it's my bad. My bad. Well, all my Portuguese friends, I apologize. It's the Lebanese oaks. That's it, guys.
Oh, but Theuns has a lot of bit of time on the track there. They've caught up to him.
Yeah, I think he might have just made a mistake through the dog bone section. It's a tricky section to get right. It's uphill, and of course, carrying the extra speed on that turbo car might just have flipped it around slightly. Speaking of flipping around, Jardim has hit the front again of Class E ahead of Ari, but still some work to do there for them into this one. There you can see, yeah, definitely a problem there on the Arrow car, slowing up dramatically and under pressure from Boma.
I think it's because he hasn't got any straights in front of him. He's got some corners now to deal with, so the naturally aspirated cars are catching up to him.
There's the extra squirt on the straight, and the Valve Hospital car just diving through there nicely of Neil Reynolds. Reynolds just making up some ground while he's got some time on track.
I see Reinhardt, he's also making some moves to get back into the front, and Manny also trying there with the wagon.
And he tried to get up on the inside, but couldn't quite get through there on Herbst. He kept the door shut, but Miller certainly did. So Reinhardt Miller has moved up one place now onto the back end of that Pepper Shield BMW of Theuns Boma, looking for third. Here he comes.
Now we'll see those turbo cars just run away down the main straight, in the back straight, and then you'll see obviously the NA cars then catch up again in the corners.
That kind of works at the shorter tracks where you don't have too much of a differential. Keeps the field a bit closer, but now with these big straights, it gives a chance of the quicker cars to get away. There you see a prime example of it.
Yeah.
And if you can keep in front to get on the straight, it means you'll maintain the lead.
Correct, yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll have a new winner in Class D. I think he's never won a race.
And if he wins a race, doesn't he get automatically bumped up? That's what I've heard.
No.
Maybe you said.
Because he's a sponsor, we'll keep him where he is.
Okay, we'll keep him where he is. All right.
And I see there, that's actually, I think, the leader of Class E that just went through the shot there. Dewald Smith from MTech.
Yeah, Dewald Smith, then Krobler, then Ismail, then Ari. And it looks like Ari might just be ahead slightly there of Jardim. So Claudio and Ari are going to be fighting to try and get ahead of those 3 cars ahead of them and possibly give them a run to the line. But now we've got some problems. This is Craig Herbst putting the pressure onto the back end of Manny.
Yeah, we just hope he doesn't rearrange the rear bumper of the taxi as well. We used to have a tow bar there, we should have kept it. Oh, there's a problem there. I think probably missed a gear there.
Yeah. We're seeing a gear coming out of that, or just in the wrong gear. He might have gone to third or fourth instead of going to second. Where do you go down to? Where do you drop down to? The second gear coming out of there?
Well, basically all other tracks, I don't go below third, but that sharp little corner there, I have to go down into second. And I also missed the gear in my race when Barish caught me. I went from second to fifth, so yeah.
I know with the big V8 supercars, they drop down to first gear in that corner as well.
Yeah, no, but their gearing is totally different to ours. I think they're doing 140 in first gear.
That's right, yeah. But just interesting to see that the different categories of racing and what their choice of gearing is for the certain parts of the circuit, and the sort of differential and the ability to compare is quite nice. Especially when your top ends are not too far away.
Yeah, most of us will stick third, fourth, and fifth most tracks, depending. Like I'll use Benny for example. He's got the E46 M3, but he's got a sequential gearbox.
Yeah.
Whereas I've got a manual 5-speed gearbox from an E36. Instead of the E46, it's a 6-speed. So we obviously have different ratios, and we use different ratios in our diffs. Like the most popular ones like a 3.9 and a 4.1 in our cars.
Okay.
In our class C, D, E cars.
Here's a bit of maneuvering from Ari. Slowly but surely moving his way through there on Krobler, or does he? No, Krobler keeps him honest. Into turn 1. They've got away now from Claudio. Claudio's dropped back slightly. And then looks like just behind Claudio is going to be...
And then the ladies are at the back.
The ladies, yeah. So Marion and Karen. And then it was actually Johan Miller that I was trying to pick up on there as the car just in the background. It's not over yet between these two. He just seems to... There you go. Late braking into 3 makes it stick. Thanks for coming.
And that silver car that Mark Krobler is driving, that was a road car 12 months ago, a 323 CR. Now has a 330 motor in, and it's quite a nippy little car. Still road legal.
Nothing wrong. So you can also participate in some handicap versions of racing as well, because those guys, you have to have a road legal car. Just for matter of interest's sake, and of course, so we haven't got a chance to mention this in the first one as we watch the race. We'll keep an eye on the action. But guys that want to get involved in the series, what do they need to do?
Well, it's very easy. They can just come and contact us at bmwcarclub.co.za, or go into our Facebook page, or they can try and get hold of myself or Barish, or come to the track and come talk to us. Come look for us. We're there. We talk to anyone. We're not scared. And come and chat to us. We've got our time trials and our track days. They're welcome to come and participate there. We don't mind what kind of car they've got, but obviously with our race series it has to be a BMW with BMW motors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's proper BMW. Don't come with a 2JZ. We won't delay.
100%. So it's basically going to be definitely BMW parts, BMW engine, and BMW chassis, etc., that you have to run in the race series.
Correct.
But on all your fun events, you can get other guys coming in from different clubs to join you too.
Yeah. So they come with all variety of cars, track cars, road cars, whatever. We've got specific categories for them, and we split it up properly. So we try to keep the race cars separate from the road cars, because obviously the race cars are a bit more fully on the track, and we don't allow like overtaking into the corners. The cars must go back in one piece. It's a track day, it's not a race day.
Yeah, 100%. And if you come in your road car, you want to drive it home as well. So
correct.
That would be nice.
And I would say 90% of these drivers we all started in our road cars, and the series started was from track days.
Yeah.
In 2011, and it's just grown to what it is today.
Unbelievable stuff. Well, the race action is picking up there between Reynolds and Miller. Reynolds seems to have got whatever he sorted out as an issue coming out of that tight turn. Probably a misgear, or maybe the wrong gear to come out in, and just missed the drive though. He was able to close it on Miller, but once Miller got through there, he's now opened up a bit of a margin. He's trying to close that gap down again. Boma and Herbst going at it again.
Yeah, that's a common occurrence. The two of them always at each other's throats.
Ineos versus the Pepper Shield machines. And then is that Manny just behind? I think.
Yeah,
the looks
of he's like
he's there.
A lift somewhere. Yeah.
That's nice. Eh? Did he pick up an Uber on the way?
And he drives that car back home, man. It doesn't get trailered to the track. He's even driven that car to Pekisa. He gets there with his house inside, unpacks his camping gear, and then he stays at Pekisa.
That's the way to do it. There's a couple of stories like that around the racing world that I could share with you, but it's really nice to see. I know one of my very first events I got involved in was with that handicap racing that they have in the historic series. And there was a guy called...
that's Deerwald Smith.
Deerwald Smith, making a mistake.
It's quite a powerful car, the E46 M3 with a turbo, but he's very new to the series, so he's still sussing things out, and he'll get there. That car should go up to Class C. Come to Class C.
Caught out in the tricky corner again. Going back to what I was just going to say, Colin Keane had a Mercedes-Benz dealership in Greenside, and used to go and fetch the cars in the morning to have a race to the petrol station, because you ever got to the petrol station would have to pay the fuel if you were lost. Then you drive to Swartkops, race the 4 races, drive back and park the cars.
That's the best way of doing it.
That's the way to go, for sure. Oh, lovely stuff. It's what we like. And these are the kind of stories that I can't bring into commentary. So this little banter between the two of us, including the race action, is always nice because this brings in a whole other aspect of how this series works.
Yeah, I remember Pablo Cavalieri was telling me back in the day, Tony Viana, to choose which car he wanted. Oh, there's a spinner. That's Corin.
Just outside of our window here. Turn 10, Corin Nino was crashed out, but we're watching Ari going at it. That's why we stuck with the shot. Ari having a big look here and looking for a way to squeeze through.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
Yeah, while his girlfriend spun, Ari carried on. But yeah, I was saying, Paulo Cavalieri, I think it was actually Tony Viana. They would go to the dealership, choose the 5 cars, and then he would count the robots and see which one was the quickest to the robot or something. That's how they timed it, and that's how he chose the race cars.
Unbelievable. Background information is gold when it comes to this kind of commentary. I love it. There was a lot of stories I know from those days that we can talk about. Speaking of going to Pekisa, of course, a couple of times we got passed by Robbie Smith in his 333i, and we were driving at that stage, which was Westbank modified saloon cars. Oh, car off in the background as well. That might be. Could possibly be, yeah. No, not Claudio. We'll pick up on him as he comes through here, but with a bit of cloud cover coming through here now, that's going to help out the performance of the cars a little bit. Cooler conditions for the engines to work in. Didn't quite get a shot of that car that spun out. I'm going to try and pick up on it now.
But at least Theuns is still holding it.
It might be Craig Herbst.
I also think so, yeah.
In my ear there was Craig Herbst.
Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, there he comes.
With no bumper. But yeah, it's good to see Theuns up front. That guy's going to be super chuffed tonight. I can imagine he's going to have a few beers. And maybe Theuns, can we get a bit of a bigger sponsorship, Theuns?
I was about to say the same thing. Just get the checkbook out. With a race win, it means that you've got to spend more money, Theuns. That's how it goes. Top tier sponsorships available to partner up with M Performance Racing.
Correct.
Right, so Theuns Nel hanging on now with 3 to go. But a bit more pressure coming from Reinhardt, coming from Nicholas Haps, who's moved up there. Looks like there's been a bit of an issue there for Neil Reynolds. He's dropped back into the clutches, but now changed up again. Reynolds back up ahead of Haps. There was a bit of chopping and changing that happened there. And it's a little bit more action to come your way here with 3 laps to go in M Performance Racing Series, classes D and E. Where is Ari? He's up to 1. Yeah, Ari's up to 1. He leads out
from Claudio. John Miller, he's class D. So
he's class D, yeah.
And then Mark Robber, our statesman, he's in 3rd in class E. Oh, he's just dropped down. Dewald Smith has gone out to 3rd, and Mark has gone to 4th.
Dewald Smith has got a slightly more powerful car.
Just a tad.
Right, so that's Ari heading down into the bottom end of the circuit, leading out Class E. Leaders of Class D still looking good. Claudio not quite done yet in terms of his battle.
Claudio's got past Johan Miller now, so he's past the Class D car.
Putting that Class D car between himself and Dewald. Might just be a bit of breathing room and a bit of a buffer there for him.
That's a new leader. Reinhard Miller has gone to the front. He's past Theuns Nel somewhere.
Sure. He's certainly going to move up to Class C after this, eh? If you overtake the sponsor, there must be a rule.
Yeah, we'll have to make a plan, eh? We'll bring it into the rules. Yeah, but I'm quite chuffed with this guy because, you know, like I said, well, both of them, it's their first year. But, yeah, I'm hoping he comes in as a dice with us in Class C with that car. It's a beautifully prepared car, also prepared by themselves and Shane Probler. So it's a well-prepared car.
Now pulling away ever so slightly there from Theuns. So Theuns Nel down into 2nd. Reinhardt leads out. And there'll be 2 to go as they cross the line this time. This might be perfect timing here from Reinhardt's point of view.
I think Neil Reynolds has dropped back. The 2E90, 230s have passed him. And I think Manny's also having
about to pass him as well. Yeah, into turn 1. There you go. Rivero's through as you're watching Ari come into the 2nd last corner. That's the beauty of having the studio where we've got it. You've got the outside views of the windows. We can keep an eye out on some action that we might not pick up on. Yeah, there you got confirmation of exactly what we've spoken about.
And I think Manny's also going to have a look now at Cobus. He's right up his bumper.
Late braking, you said he's good on the brakes.
Yeah, that wagon's actually got very nice brakes. If I'm not mistaken, it's got M3 or 330 brakes on, so it's quite good. And we've got the PFC brake pads from International Race Supplies, also one of our sponsors. So yeah, it brakes very well.
You see, I love working with you, bud. I just throw the bait out there and you just pick it up and reel it in. It's great stuff. There's been massive support as well for this entire series, particularly here today, because I think every single category runs on ATS Motorsports Dunlop tyres.
Yeah, no, we've got a great relationship with Heinz Bazet at ATS Motorsport, and then obviously Joe de Freitas. She's not Portuguese, but her husband is, so good on her. And yeah, it's a great relationship that we have with them now. As you know, next year all of our cars are going to be on Dunlops, including Class A, which currently is unlimited to any brand of full slicks. And that's because Dunlop have now brought in the full slick, so we're going completely Dunlop next year. So thanks to Heinz and his team, and thanks to them for the great service and for the sponsorship. We appreciate it.
Did you see how hard those guys were working yesterday at that Dunlop tyre changing system?
They work, those ex-graft.
They do, eh? Yeah. Hats off to those guys, well done guys.
Tom and the other guys, I'm not sure of all of their names, but I know Tom, and yeah, he's quite a nice guy. He'll help out when he can.
I'll tell you how much he helps out. I brought my Camry to have the tyres changed at the racetrack. Brilliant. Right, so we're into the closing stages here. We're about to start the final lap for Reinhard Miller, but we're watching the battle just behind that. And it's starting to get a little bit more heated here as well.
That's Farad Ibrahim in front, and I think ZRC that just behind him.
Yeah.
And is this the final lap, I think?
Yeah, onto the last lap right now.
So Reinhard Miller is in front, and he's got a little lead over Theuns Nel. I think he'll maintain this lead. I'm sure Theuns will just gradually catch up here, but to overtake
there's a turbo squid coming.
Oh, there, he's blocked him a bit there.
Well, yeah, if he'd gone down the left and stayed there, he probably would have made it. Reinhard using some race tactics that maybe Theuns hasn't got yet in the experience side of things.
Yeah. No, he's grown in the year that he's been with us. He's become quite a good driver, and hopefully, like I said, he'll move up into a higher class and come play with the big boys.
So we're into the dog bone now for the final time for classes D and E of M Performance Parts Racing Series. Theuns Nel kind of had it all his own way until about a lap and a half ago, where he was outgunned and passed by Reinhard Miller. He's going to try maybe one more go here. He's got possibility of a turbo run up the short straight. Is there enough? Is he close enough? I don't think he's close enough to make a go though. No, he's too far back. Too far back. So it looks like that Amtech and Ajo transport machine is going to hang on for the win. Yeah, that's it. Third place at this stage, Habst, he's there still. Yeah, Nick's still there. Fellow commentator from earlier on. I believe your PR guy has gone and done some fun videos for you guys to put up later on. So stay tuned for that one.
Go and see what he got up to. Old Reinhard, behave yourself.
He does try. He does try.
No, but I must say, since we brought him on board, the whole social media aspect has changed, and yeah, we just need the right target markets, and we've got new things coming up for next year. We're looking at doing TikTok and all that, so yeah, it's new things coming next year, so just watch the space.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that. So from a social media point of view, we of course bring it to you on social media platforms today, all the race action from the penultimate round of the regional here at Extreme Festival and Redstar Raceway. The win in race 2 goes to Reinhard Miller, beating out Theuns Nel and Nick Habst for third for Class D. Background Boma hangs on just to beat out the track taxi of Manny Ribeiro.
And then our welcome boy Leonard Archer, he comes in 6th.
Comes in for 6th place, beating out Craig Herbst, who's hung on for 7th. And Farad, has he been able to keep out Zahir? That's Ari. And I think yes, he has.
And Ari will take the win in Class E.
Ari for the win in Class E. He crosses the line there in the little E30. And he's going to beat out Claudio.
Yeah, Claudio.
Yeah, Claudio Jardim there for 2nd. So there you have it, bud. Your day's done. You can now go and enjoy the spoils of the day.
Yeah.
And get ready for that game that they throw the ball backwards to go forwards.
Oh, what's that?
Reinhard Miller, Theuns Nel, and Nicholas Hampshire, top 3 in Class D. Down in 10th place was Ari van Heerden for the win in Class E. And he beats out Claudio Jardim and Dewald Smith. Good job. That's how we wrap things up for BMW M Performance Racing Series. Once again, Bernard, thanks for joining me for this one, buddy, and thanks for sending Nick for the other one.
No, thank you very much.
Quite lucky to have you guys in studio with me.
We look forward to having everyone come watch us race again on the 18th of November at Cycles.
We'll see you there, brother.
See you there.
Thanks again, guys. There you go, wrapping things up here. We've got one more to go. It's Haybar Volkswagen Challenge and Class B. Until they're on track, we'll be back shortly with action here from the final round, the final bit of race action at the penultimate round of Extreme Festival's Regional Championships.